Brezza, the city-bred SUV.
A slow burner at Hyderabad, which saw a tale of two halves of the Lucknow Super Giants. At one stage, 4 for 66 into the 12th over and finishing with 165, courtesy an excellent partnership of 99 with Ayush Badoni and Nicholas Pooran. So we find out more about the surface, about who's the happier team at half-time and what we can expect in the second half of an all-important clash. On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout, powered by JBL. Messrs. Bishop, McClenaghan, Dasgupta, all here. Happier team at half-time for you, Deep?
God, this is a difficult one because I don't know how. I mean, the pitch obviously is on a slower side, but don't know whether it was lack of intent initially from LSG or it was good bowling effort from SRH. It's such a difficult. I mean, I wouldn't mind being in the LSG camp, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Ayush Badoni seemed quite happy hearing from him that with that score of 165. So have Lucknow done well to get this?
I think from where they were, I think you're right, Deep. I think they'll probably feel good about where they got to from where they were. I think they really struggled at the start. May have been a lack of intent on the surface, also knowing that you don't have the depth of batting that a lot of other sides have, and they didn't want to fall well short of a score with the start that they have. So I think they've done exceptionally well to get the 165. Badoni and Pooran's innings, the partnership was significant. It was high quality. It started slowly. It definitely started slowly, but then Badoni got his matchup, Natarajan. He took him down. I think he took him down 36 off 15 balls. Badoni faced, he got 36 runs off 15, which is high. And which is surprised. We were having a conversation, Bish, and you said he's bowled the slow ball bouncer really well throughout this tournament. And today he bowled 2 slow ball bouncer wides, Natarajan, and then didn't go back to it. Which kind of played into Badoni's hands because he started going for the Yorker and pace on. For a little guy who needs to use the pace on a slow wicket, that's what gave the momentum to Lucknow and Badoni.
You want to carry on from there? Because we do see some bowlers unplayable. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, good debut for Vayaskar. And then you have Cummins and Natarajan who've had good IPLs going at 11s and 12s.
Yeah, I think there was some good bowling. There was a boundary early up, I think, to KL Rahul. I think he hit a 6, and then there wasn't another boundary for 6 overs at the start until over number 7, where I think Krunal hit 2. So that's a huge gap there. And for me, that was more lack of intent and trying to work out what the conditions were like. And you finish on 165 for 4, so you've left a lot of ammunition inside. So that's a little bit of a concern, though the pitch is slow. So if you ask me who's happier, I'd edge towards Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Yeah. 29 of 33, no matter how challenging the surface. That's what we these days call a losing innings. And if they are to go down in this all-important game, once again questions will be asked, Rahul, however hard it may be, does he sometimes make it harder than it is?
I think there are times as a captain, I guess, because you can overcomplicate things. Because you're also the captain, you're thinking about those things, what's the pass go like and how do we get there. And at times, I guess the better captains are so good at compartmentalizing their skill sets. So when you're batting, you're only a batter, you're not the captain. I think at times Kale gets sucked into the captaincy mode while he's batting as well. So I think it's a difficult one, but you're right. I think no matter how difficult that surface is, and especially with a newish ball, should have done better than that.
Yeah, I think it's probably the slow nature of his innings was probably because Stoinis was out and Quinton de Kock was out, and he probably knew that he only had Pooran behind him, who's been consistently scoring runs at a good clip. So I think he probably felt like he had to set the innings up to wait for Pooran to come in, and that's why they elevated Krunal, which I thought was a good decision. I think he's more of a batsman than a hitter towards the end. But yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be fascinating because the last time they posted a score like this was 161 for 7, batting first against Kolkata. They were on a good wicket, and Kolkata chased it down in 15 overs. And this is another powerful batting side who won't be shy in the power play.
Yeah, I think, too, just to add to what my colleagues are saying there, Kale likes to take that responsibility, doesn't he? He sort of assess the conditions and think, if I can bat through here, or if I can bat deep, it allows other guys to play. But I want to see them break that mold maybe going into the future, where so much depends on setting it up for Nicholas Puran coming in at the back end. I'd like to see more resources used in a way where you're positive and you won't make a big score every time, but at least a more aggressive, dynamic from top to back end. I think there's a formula that they're using quite often, and I think it's a little conservative.
Yeah, I mean, at times I feel, the KL needs to just not think about what's going to happen.
The rest,
Yeah.
Just go out there, bat freely, just watch the ball, play the ball, rather than thinking, there are 8 overs of spin coming, I need to be there because I'm a good player of spin, and then I can set it up for Nicky P to come in or somebody else to come in and then, take it forward.
And just for a player with so much ability.
Yeah.
It's not like there's any ability lacking.
He's good.
In KL. This is what infuriates most people. This is what, in many ways, defends his non-selection for the T20 World Cup. Another example is perhaps how easily Vijaykanth Vyaskanth was allowed to settle in on his IPL debut.
100%. I mean, any reservations I had towards Vijay performing pre-show was because I was a bit nervous of how he would deal with the step up in level and the pressure that I expected Lucknow to put on him when he comes to the crease, knowing that he had a critical role on a surface which should have helped with spin, and there was no intent from Kunal Pandya or from KL Rahul, and they let him settle in. And we saw as soon as Nicholas Puran comes to the wicket, he didn't even play an aggressive shot, and Vijay dropped his length or he gave a half volley, and straight away a little bit of pressure made him change as a bowler, but he was allowed to settle on IPL debut. It just astounds me in such a critical game where you really, really could have tried to target him.
Bhuvi, excellent. Bish, unplayable. 2 for 12, 4 overs.
His form has picked up nicely as he's gone through the season. His control of length, the Yorker started coming in as we saw during that game against the Rajasthan Royals. So he just showed again what he's made of. Very simple method, but he does it well.
That's twice now Badoni's played innings like that, though.
Oh, yes. Credit. Absolutely, yes. And you know what happened? Last game, he got that 50 again against Delhi Capitals, under pressure. He was promoted at number 4 and he played a runner ball innings. It was very, very awkward, that innings. But then, he's got it in him. He's a proper number 4. He bats at number 4 for Delhi. He knows how to navigate an innings and pace an innings. And looking at him, again, that tells you how, irrespective of how difficult the pitch is to bat on, if you spend some time, you can gauge the pace and the bounce and everything of the pitch, then you can actually go on and play a quicker knock like he did, and Nicky P as well. So credit to them for taking initially, but also showing that positive intent. And I thought he was really smart in how he especially played against Natarajan.
Yeah.
Every time he changed angle or a slower, it seemed like he was reading the bowlers really well.
Yeah,
does anyone remember playing a game on their birthday?
Not me.
No? Any kind of game. First class, international, warm-up, tour game. Pat Cummins is 31 today. It's an off day. I'm just trying to think of whether birthday stories come to mind for any of you. Never played on your birthday? Any cricket?
Middle of summer.
Age cricket. Middle of summer.
Maybe would have.
You don't have a birthday story?
Sorry, mate. What I will say off that try attempt to change tack there, mate.
Not going to be
I will say about this game, I'm a little bit nervous for Lucknow in terms of their pre-match tactics. Looking at that surface, they obviously want to bowl spin early to Travis Head, the way they've set up their side. And I wonder if spin will be a little bit easier in the power play on this surface, that it may skid on a little bit more, where the seamers looked a little bit more difficult because it's stuck in the wicket a little bit more if you bowled straight. And I wonder if after seeing how the power play went for them in the first innings, are they malleable enough to change tact, or do they go with Gautam straight away?
Well, it looks like Yudhvir Charak came out running to warm up, so they will add a seamer as an impact sub for what it's worth. But you see Gautam starting?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't see any other reason why he's there in that playing 11 if he's not bowling to the left-handers. So definitely yes, but yeah, I mean, we were talking about this off air as well. I mean, it's not, even though it's slow, it's gripping and stuff like that, but for bowlers who don't turn the ball a lot, so it's a difficult pitch because your natural length gives enough time for the batter to play off the back foot.
How would you like to see Head and Sharma approach this match? The same way, or let's just chill. Let's just not lose 3 in the power play. It's a big game and it's only 160.
I don't know if either of them can spell the word chill, to be quite honest.
Off the field, maybe.
So I wouldn't expect a lack of intent from either, for however long they're there.
Okay, Gautam has the new ball. Sharma was already impacted in the last over of the first innings. Let's get predictions. Ian Bishop, how do we see this going? Prediction for the game?
Outcome?
Yes, and an outrageous pick for the second. Did anybody land theirs in the first? I don't think so.
It
KL,
was a little bit slow.
KL 12 or less. No, that didn't happen. And the scores as well were much higher. Right, Bish, prediction.
I'm going to go SRH to complete it.
SRH to win. Close game, last over, or easy?
Must I?
Yes, you must.
Okay.
It costs you nothing.
Over and a half to go.
Okay, SRH at 18.3.
I'll go 17.3.
17.3
And
for
I will
SRH.
say-
Again?
Yep, for SRH. And I think that SRH will be on more than 65 after the power play.
I'll take that, given it's a tough
Wow.
surface. 65 plus in the power play is an outrageous pick.
That
Bish, you
is
can add one.
outrageous.
Yes, because it's a tough surface. If you'd like to challenge it, I'm accepting challenges.
No. Yeah, well, it
challenging
wouldn't be
it?
outrageous if I challenge it and go lower. That wouldn't be outrageous. It'd be considered.
No, I can dismiss his pick. I can ask him to go for 70 then.
No. He's okay. I'm going to go Krishnappa Gautam 3 for 20.
Gautam, 3 for 20. You know what? I'll just accept half of that even. 3 is good for Gautam.
3 is good.
All right, 3.
Yep. Deep.
I'm going to go with LSG actually.
LSG to
To
defend.
defend, yeah.
Okay.
And SRH to lose 3 wickets in the power play.
SRH 3 in the power play.
Do I
Would
have
we call that outrageous enough?
No.
Yeah, no, that's
I've got
outrageous.
Klassen right, yeah.
Yeah, 3. Okay. Because their number 3 doesn't really count. So, if you could do 4. No, I'm kidding. All right. 3 is good. 3 is good. 3 is good. Thank you very much to Deep Dasgupta, Mitch McClenaghan, and Ian Bishop. Thoughts from the panel at the end of what is 2 valuable points for both teams. Join the chat on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout, powered by JBL. Download the mobile app if you haven't already. Have you covered with everything happening from the IPL, fastest scores, and so much more? Big 2 points. Let's see who gets them.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the city bred SUV.